for these altitude and azimuth coordinates, where you want to start is you want to give yourself an observer, then draw a line up to the top of the celestial sphere, okay, which is the zenith, and label it as 90 degrees. Okay, then it's also a good idea to label your directions. You have north, which is 0 degrees, east, south, and west. So let's go ahead and label that 90, 180, 270, and if it's all the way around, that's a 360. Okay, so our altitude is how high above the horizon our star is. Okay, that would be these lines here. Okay, then the azimuth is how far around we're going. Okay, so what would be our compass direction? Okay, and we use our handy dandy protractors to help us figure that out. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is just shortest to tallest. Okay, you have the altitude that's closest to 90, which is probably D. Okay, the next closest, shortest is A. Okay, the next one, B, 45, and the one closest to the horizon would be C. Okay, so technically that's probably the right answer, but we should use this as an opportunity to learn. So let's check our azimuth coordinates. Okay, so let's figure out which one C is. Okay, so it's about halfway between 0 and 90. Okay, and using our protractor, in case we ever had to actually look. Okay, if there was no solution here, we would keep our 0 at north. Okay, let's point our 0 to north. And we'd say, oh, okay, that's about 50 degrees. Okay, and that's what this little bubble is for, is to help us figure it out. Okay, but our picture doesn't line up exactly with our protractor. Okay, so halfway between 90 and 0 is 50. So C would be 50. Okay, let's keep going. And which star is partway between 90 and 180? Okay, we have this one. Okay, 135. Is that B? Yep. Okay, now let's check A. A is partway between 180 and 270. Yep. 245. Good. Okay, and let's check D. So D is most of the way up. Okay, between west and north. So it should be a number between 270 and 360. Is this between 270 and 360? Yes. So we're good with that. Okay, but now it's time to level up. And we have star P, Q, R, S, and we need to figure out where they go and label them. Okay, so let's do one at a time. Let's do star P. Our altitude is going to be 50 degrees. So let's draw our observer. Okay, and our zenith, so this is 90 degrees. Okay, then you have your compass directions. Let's label those. Okay, so our altitude is about 50. Okay, so where's 50 on our protractor? From 0. Okay, 50 is about that high, so it's just over halfway. Okay, so let's go just over halfway up the celestial sphere. Okay, let's go about there. And let's check our azimuth. Our azimuth is 180. We're going to do that first next time. Okay, our azimuth is directly 180. Okay, so this star from the observer is directly south and then about 50 degrees up towards the 90. So if there's a halfway point, okay, let's go about there. And let's label that star P. Okay, now let's do Q. Q's azimuth is 260. So that's going to be just a tiny bit less than 270. Okay, so let's draw our line for star Q about there. Okay, and how far do we need to go up? Only 10 degrees up. Okay, 10 degrees is not very high. It's only from here to here. Okay, so it's very low to the horizon. Okay, so let's just put it about here. Okay, that's going to be star Q. Star R, the azimuth is 30. So that's between 0 and 90, about a third of the way. Okay, and the altitude is 70, so we're much higher, closer to the zenith, so we're going to go most of the way up our celestial sphere. Okay, and let's label that R. Last one, our azimuth for S is 110 and altitude is 45. So our azimuth of 110 should be somewhere between 90 and 180, quite a bit closer to 90. So let's put that here and go up 45, so about halfway. It should be just a tiny bit lower than P. Okay, and let's put that star here and label it S. Okay, so that's where your stars should be when you're done that page.